Hello, this is Tim Dooley. We're in the 5th week of Lent. And this week we see Jesus drawing closer to the cross and the inevitable end of his human life. We can draw great meaning from this journey. And it helps us just to understand just a little bit more this compassionate God of ours. In this first reading from Jeremiah, we hear that Jesus is going to create a new covenant. And in that covenant, it's not going to be recorded with scrolls or stone tablets. No, it's going to be imprinted on the people's hearts. It's this personal touch that is so much part of our God, who wants more than anything to be in relationship with us. He helps us to understand God just a little bit more. It helps us to know what we are called to do. Jesus is the embodiment of the new covenant. He came to live among us, to teach us, and ultimately to give his life for us. In our second reading and in our gospel, we find Jesus contemplating his destiny. And Jesus is troubled as he reflects on what is to come and the cruel death that he will suffer. He's no different than you and I. Jesus is not anxious to suffer. In fact, Jesus looks for another option, another way, and prays to God to find such a way. Every day we have decisions like that that come and face us, that we encounter. Difficult choices to do the right thing. To do the right thing is difficult. We have the desire to push back and say, no, it's too hard. We naturally gravitate to the easy way. It's always the way. Well, the easy way, as God tells us, is empty when it's meant to just fulfill our own personal needs and preferences. We can only find that true fulfillment through God. In this life, suffering and discomfort are inevitable. We need God's help in all those choices and all these things. We can't do it on our own. Father was there for Jesus during his time of trial. He strengthened Jesus, and through that divine connection to the heart, lifted him, helped him to do what he must do. Likewise, we're asked to listen to our hearts, to that little voice that nudges us to do the right thing, to make the tough choice. That little voice that we call the Holy Spirit. It's in that time of suffering that we sometimes have our greatest doubts. We doubt everything. Jesus told us, unless a grain of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains just a grain of wheat. But when it dies, it produces much fruit. Jesus died so that we might live. Most of us won't be called to offer that same sacrifice as Jesus. Can never compare to that. But still, there are certain elements within us that we can allow to die so that they can bear fruit. We can always find a way with God's help to let go of selfishness, anger, self-absorption. Let them give way to forgiveness, to compassion, to love. The Holy Spirit is with us. The Holy Spirit is alive. God bless.